Hello students, good morning everyone. As you are knowing it very well about the exam pattern regarding the MCQ type questions, your paper will be asked of 80 marks in which 40 questions will be asked of 2 marks each. Though your financial accounting subject is a practical one, but you are required to study the concepts of each chapter. Why? Because if you are knowing the concepts very well, it will be helpful for you in the exam time because though MCQ questions asked, but they will ask technical one. Okay, so today I will be covering second unit, that is hire purchase system and installment system. Later on, the MCQ types questions of this chapter as well as departmental account will be provided to you through WhatsApp group. So now let's begin with the new chapter, that is hire purchase system and installment system. First I will be covering hire purchase system. Later on we will move towards installment system. So first is hire purchase system. Okay, so in simple term, if you are buying any assets, by paying full amount at that time only, it is called as purchase of assets for cash. See here, if the asset is purchased by paying entire amount, okay, on the due date of purchase, it is known as purchase of assets for cash. And if you are purchasing it by paying cash price by way of installment, it is known as purchase of assets on hire purchase system. Clear? In simple term, if you are purchasing any assets by paying full amount, it's called as purchase of assets on cash. Okay, and if you are purchasing any assets by way of installment, it is called as purchase of assets on hire purchase system. Clear? So there are, as you are knowing very well, if any dealing take place, there will be two party. So first is known as hire purchase vendor, that is hire purchaser and hire vendor. There are two parties. Okay, so first we'll move towards what do you mean by hire purchase price. Okay, so hire purchase price means it is the aggregate of cash price as well as interest. Okay, aggregate means it is the total of cash price and interest. Okay, in simple term, if we add cash price and interest, we'll get the hire purchase price. Okay, one more thing, it is always more than the cash price, but it include interest. Okay, in other words, you have already studied principal plus interest. Okay, so clear what do you mean by hire purchase price? Hire purchase price is a aggregate of cash price and interest. It is always more than the cash price, but it include interest. Clear? One thing keep in mind, hire purchase price include interest and cash price. Okay, so next I already told about the two parties, which are the hire vendor and hire purchaser. So first is hire vendor. Hire vendor is a person who sell the assets. Clear? Who sell the assets to the purchaser on hire purchase system. Clear? There are two types of system, hire purchase system and installment system. Okay, we will be discussing what is the difference about it later on. Okay, so who is the hire vendor? Hire vendor is a person who sell the assets to the purchaser on hire purchase system. Clear? In short, vendor is a seller. So what do you mean by hire purchaser? Hire purchaser is a person who purchases the goods under hire purchase system and agreed to pay cash price and interest thereon. Clear? So hire purchase is a purchaser who purchases the goods under hire purchase system from the hire vendor. Clear? Who are the two parties? So one MCQ may be asked, which are the two parties? Mention any two parties of hire purchase system. So who are they? Hire vendor and hire purchaser. So now next, cash price. Okay, so what is my cash price? It is a cash value or original value payable by the purchaser to the seller on the due date. Clear? It is a cash value or original value payable by the purchaser to the seller on the due date of purchase. Clear? Means it is a cash price. In short, cash price is the original value. Next, cash down payment. What is a cash down? Cash down means it is an advance. In simple term, advance. It is the initial payment or advance made by the purchaser to the seller. Clear? So what is cash price? Cash price means original value, and cash down payment means advance payment or initial payment made at a time of purchasing any assets by the purchaser to the seller. Clear? So the next slide is, okay, next we are moving towards installment system. Okay, so here two parties of under hire purchase system is hire purchaser and hire vendor. Clear? Next is under installment system. Okay, under installment system also there are two parties involved. First is installment vendor and another is installment purchaser. One thing keep in mind, vendor means seller and purchaser means buyer. Okay, so what is the meaning of installment vendor? Same thing, it is a person who sells the assets to the purchase on installment system. Clear? Okay, here system is changed, here installment system is used. When the vendor is adopting installment system, that vendor is called as installment vendor. Clear? Next is installment purchaser. Installment purchaser is a person who purchase assets under installment system. Okay, who purchase assets under installment system from the seller on installment basis. Clear? In short, installment purchaser is a person who buys the assets under installment system from the installment vendor on installment basis. Clear? So here also there are two parties involved, that is installment vendor and another is installment purchaser. Okay. Okay. So now very important thing. So as you are knowing, there are two systems. One is hire purchase system, another is installment system. Okay. So now let's see the difference between them. Okay. So first difference, under hire purchase system there are two parties involved, that is hire purchaser and hire vendor. But in installment also there are also two parties which are known as installment purchaser and installment vendor. So here, though there are two parties involved in both the system, but the party's name is different. Under hire purchase system the name is hire purchaser and hire vendor, but under an installment system the parties name are installment purchaser and installment vendor. Okay, this is the first difference. Okay, next, second one. Okay, under hire purchase system, okay, the ownership of the asset is transferred by paying the last installment. Clear? One thing keep in mind, if the ownership of the asset is transferred by paying the last installment, it is coming under hire purchase system. Clear? Whenever he is paying the last installment, okay, under hire purchase system, at that time only the ownership of the asset will be transferred to the seller. Okay, to the buyer. Okay, whereas in installment system the ownership of the asset is transferred as soon as the agreement is signed. Clear? So what is my agreement? Agreement means there will be contract between two parties. Okay, as and when the agreement is signed, clear, as and when the agreement is signed the ownership is transferred. Clear? So now what is the difference here? Under hire purchase system the ownership of the asset is transferred by paying the last installment, but in installment system the ownership of the asset is transferred as soon as the agreement is signed. There is no need of paying, there's no need for waiting till the last installment. Okay, as soon as the agreement is signed the ownership gets transferred. Okay, under installment system. So this is the second difference. Now third difference, in hire purchase system, as purchaser is not the owner, he is not responsible for the loss of goods. Okay, clear now? The second difference is what, when he makes the last payment, at that time only the ownership transfer under hire purchase system. Clear? So the third difference also same things here. If he is not the owner, okay, if the purchaser is not the owner, he is not responsible for the loss of goods. Clear? But in installment system, since the purchaser is the owner of the goods, since the purchaser becomes the owner of the goods as soon as he signs the contract, he is completely responsible for all type of losses. Clear? Under hire purchase system, since he is not the owner, he is not responsible for the loss of goods. Under installment system, since purchaser is the owner of the goods, he is completely responsible for all the type of goods. Clear? This is the third difference. Now fourth difference, under hire purchase system 4 ledger accounts are required to prepare, whereas under installment system, okay, whereas under installment system 5 ledger accounts are required to prepare. Clear? Under hire purchase system 5 ledger accounts are required to prepare, but under installment system, under hire purchase system 4 ledger accounts are required to prepare, but under installment system 5 ledger accounts are required to prepare. Okay, so which are the accounts we'll be studying in the upcoming slides. Okay, so this is the second difference. This is the fourth difference. Now one more difference is, in case of default of payment, vendor has the right to repose the goods and sue the buyer for recovery of balance. Okay, but in hire purchase system, under hire purchase system, okay, but in installment system, when there is no such right to repose the goods, he can sue the buyer for recovery of balance. Okay, see here, in hire purchase system, since he is not the owner, he has the right. Okay, he is not the owner. Okay, see, if any default of payment takes place, vendor has the rights. Clear? Vendor has the right to repose the goods and sue for the buyer for recovery of balance. Okay, who has the rights? Vendor has the right. But in installment system, vendor has no such. Vendor has right to sue the buyer, but has no right to repose the goods. Clear? This is another difference. So there are many differences you can cover from the textbooks. Okay, so here are the 5 differences. Okay, next let's move towards next slide. Okay, so now what exactly the meaning of hire purchase system and installment system? Clear? See here, it is a first we'll move towards hire purchase system. Clear? So it is a system under which an asset is acquired, agreeing to pay the cash price, okay, with interest thereon, okay, by way of installment, but do not, okay, but the ownership of the asset is not transferred to the buyer. Okay, ownership of the transfer is not to is sorry, but the ownership of the asset is transferred to the buyer by paying all the installment. Clear? In simple term, hire purchase system means it is a system under which asset is acquired, agreeing to pay the cash price and interest thereon, okay, by way of installment, and the ownership of the asset. Clear? There is mistake, typing mistake is there. Okay, but the ownership of the asset is transferred to the buyer only after paying the last installment, or by paying all the installment. Clear? This is hire purchase system. So now installment system. Under this system, asset is acquired, agreed to pay cash price with interest thereon by way of installment, but asset and ownership of the assets, okay, asset and ownership of the asset is transferred to the installment buyer on the date of purchase itself. Okay. Only one difference is there. See here, only one difference is there. See here, in hire purchase system, the ownership of the asset is transferred after the last installment. Okay, but in installment system, the ownership of the asset is transferred on the date of purchase itself. Okay, other things are same. Here also cash price and interest are involved. Here also cash price and interest are involved. Yeah. So now, okay, so number of accounts are required to prepare. Okay, clear? So number of accounts are required to prepare under hire purchase system. So okay, as you are knowing very well, there are 4 accounts required to prepare under hire purchase system, which are the first is asset account, then one more vendor account, interest account, depreciation account. Okay, so asset account means machine account, vendor account means seller account, interest account means interest account. Here interest will be calculated, and depreciation account means yearly depreciation will be calculated on that particular assets. Clear? So under hire purchase system, 4 accounts, which are the asset account, vendor account, interest account, depreciation account. Okay, so under installment system now. Okay, so under installment system there are 5 accounts, which are the asset account same, vendor account also same. One more new one is interest suspense account. This is new one. Okay, interest suspense account, then interest account, and last is depreciation account. Okay, so what is the difference here? Only one more new account is open, that is interest suspense account. Okay, so what I mean by interest suspense account we'll be covering in the upcoming slides. Okay, so same thing here also. Asset account means any machinery or any equipments account. Okay, then vendor account means seller account. Interest account same as interest account. Then depreciation account means depreciation of account. Okay, so what about interest suspense account? Let's see. Okay, this is clear. Which are the accounts under hire purchase system and which are the accounts required to prepare under installment system? Now, see what is my interest suspense account. Let's see. Interest suspense is a interest account opened in the books of purchaser. Okay, who opens the account? Purchaser opens this account. An entire interest is calculated in advance credited to his account, and year wise interest is debited. Okay, and final account is settled. Okay, so what is my interest suspense account in simple term means this type of account is usually opened by the purchaser. Okay, while purchasing any assets, okay, through installment system. Okay, what he does, he in the beginning only he calculate total interest is required to pay. Okay, total interest means entire interest is required to pay, he calculate in advance only. Okay, and will be credited to his account, and year wise interest is debited. Interest debited means whatever the yearly interest is required to pay will be deducted, and finally the account will be settled automatically. Clear? In simple term, purchaser opens the account, okay, in which entire interest is calculated in advance and credited to his account, and year wise interest is debited, and finally the account is settled. Automatically the accounts will become zero. Clear? So this type of account is open only in installment system. Why? Because under installment system only interest suspense account is created. Clear now? What do you mean by interest suspense account? Okay. So now, still now you have studied what do you mean by hire purchase system, which are the parties involved, the meaning of some terms, then installment system, who are the parties involved, then difference between hire purchase system and installment system, then what is exactly the meaning of hire purchase system and installment system, then how many accounts are required to prepare under hire purchase system and installment system. Next was what exactly the meaning of interest suspense account. Clear? So now let's move towards some 5 marks problem. Okay, this will be helpful for you for just means how to calculate interest under hire purchase system and installment system. Okay, so let's I have taken 3 sample problem. Okay, you can refer textbooks for solving more and more problems, because it will be helpful for you, though it will not helpful for you at present in this exam, but it will be helpful for your knowledge purpose. Okay, so now let's move towards first problem. Okay, so yeah, the problems are based on hire purchase system. Clear? Okay. Okay, so first problem, on 1/4/2015 Anil purchased a machine on hire purchase system, clearly given here, on hire purchase based on the following term. Okay, so in the question only they will mention under which method it is you are required to prepare. Okay, on hire purchase system based on the following terms. Okay, so first thing, cash price of rupees 1 lakh. So cash price means original price is 1 lakh already given. Okay, rupees 40,000 to be paid for signing the contract, means rupees 40,000 is the advance. Okay, for at the time of signing the contract is paying now, it means it is a advance. Okay, next, balance was required to paid in 3 equal installment of rupees 20,000 plus interest. Clear? Balance, what are the balance remaining? Okay, required to paid in 3 installment of rupees 20,000 plus interest. Clear? Now next, interest is 10% per annum on outstanding balance. So whatever the outstanding balance is there in every year, on that 10% interest is charged. Okay, then depreciation was written off at 10% per annum on straight line method on 31st March every year. Clear? So depreciation is charged at 10% per annum on straight line method. Okay, so you are knowing very well there are 2 methods, straight line method and diminishing balance method. Okay, straight line method, what the difference is we'll come to know. Okay, so depreciation is charged on 31st March every year at 10% per annum. Okay, so before moving towards the problem, so though you are knowing that under hire purchase system there are 4 accounts are required to prepare. Okay, there are 4 accounts are required to prepare, that is asset account, vendor account, interest account and depreciation account. But before preparing these ledger accounts, one separate sheet is required to prepare, that is ascertainment of calculation of interest under hire purchase system. Okay, why? Because though you are knowing the original price, though you are knowing the interest percentage and interest and depreciation interest, you are required to know the exact amount of interest and depreciation to be paid yearly. Clear? So now, so like this type of statement is required to prepare. See here, calculation of interest calculation chart. Okay, See here, the heading changes as per depends upon the question. See here, in this question, interest is already given, and the see here, since cash price is already given. See here, since cash price is already given, we know the original value, so directly we can calculate. Okay, see here, the heading will be interest calculation chart. Okay, there will be 6 column. First column is date, installment, interest, principal, balance, depreciation, and the right side, upper side, there will be cash price of rupees 1 lakh. Cash price means original value. Okay, see here, this chart shows everything. See here, the date, then the installment, interest paid, principal, balance remaining, and depreciation. Okay, this is the original value of assets. Okay, so already given in the question. See here, on 1/4/2015. Okay, sorry, it is 1/1/2015. Okay, on 1/1/2015, Anil purchased a machine on hire purchase based on the following term. Okay, so cash price is rupees 1 lakh. So already taken cash price rupees 1 lakh. Okay, now next, rupees 40,000 to be paid for signing the contract. Clear? Means advance has been paid already in the beginning only. Okay, so on when it is paid means when he purchased the machine on 1/1/2015. Okay, it is 1. Okay, okay, on 1/1/2015, Anil purchase means at the time only he is giving the advance. Okay, so 1/1/2015, installment means advance is rupees 40,000, interest is 0. Clear? 1 day interest is not charged. Okay, then principal means 40,000 has been paid. So now what about balance? See, 1 lakh was the original value, 60,000 has been paid, remaining balance is 60,000. Clear? See here, on 1/1/2015, Anil purchased machinery. The machinery value was rupees 1 lakh. You already taken here 1 lakh. Okay, out of 1 lakh, 40,000 has been paid as advance on that day only, rupees 40,000. Okay, 1 day interest is not charged. Clear? So interest will be 0. So principal, how much amount is paid? 40,000. So what about balance? 1 lakh minus 40,000, you will get 60,000. Okay, and depreciation also is not charged for 1 day. It is usually charged for the per annum, means year. Clear? This is about first entry. Now, balance was to be paid in 3 equal installments. So what is the balance remaining here? Out of 1 lakh, 40,000 has been paid. Balance is 60,000. Clear? 60,000 was to be paid in 3 equal installment of rupees 20,000 plus interest. Clearly given. See here, balance is to be paid in 3 equal installment. Clear? So now 60,000 was there. Okay, so we are required to pay the remaining amount in 3 equal installment of rupees 20,000 plus interest. Okay, so now of rupees 20,000, 20,000 is what? It is a principal amount. Clear? So next is at the end. Okay, year is closing, that is 31/12/2015. we are required to pay one installment. Okay, so 20,000 already given in the problem only. 20,000 plus interest. 20,000 plus interest means, see how to calculate interest here. See here, balance remaining is 60,000. On 60,000, 10% per annum already given in the question. See, interest is 10% per annum. So what is the balance remaining? The balance is 60,000. 60,000 into 10%, that is 6,000. Okay, so what about installment? Installment means 20,000 principal plus 6,000 add up 26,000. Clear? How installment is coming here? See here, 20,000 plus interest is required to paid. Clearly given in the question. So 20,000 is principal. Then what? How to calculate interest? See here, what is the balance remaining? Balance remaining is 60,000. On 60,000, 10% interest is charged. That is 6,000. Okay. Then how to calculate? Interest here? Sorry, how to calculate here installment? 20,000 plus 6,000, that is 26,000. Clear? So what about balance remaining? See here, 60,000 was required to paid. We paid 20,000. So balance remaining is 40,000. So here, this is interest and this is principal. Don't get mixed up. Okay. So now balance remaining is 40,000. Okay. Now what about depreciation? Depreciation is to be charged on straight line method, that is at 10% per annum on 31st March every year. Straight line method means every year depreciation will be same. Clear? So 1 lakh is the original value, 10% depreciation, that is 10,000. Clear? Next. Now coming towards the next year. Okay, year by year we are required to pay the installment. Okay. Next is 31/12/2016. Next year. Okay. So here also same thing, 20,000 plus interest clearly given. Every year you required to pay. So here balance was required to pay in 3 equal installment. Clearly given 3 equal installment of rupees 20,000 plus interest. Means every year in the upcoming remaining 3 years the principal amount will be same, that is 20,000. Interest might varies. Clear? So 31/12/2016 principal is 20,000. Clear? Then how to calculate interest? Same way. What is the remaining balance on 31/12/2015? 40,000. On 40,000 10% interest is charged, that is 4,000. Clearly. Then how to calculate installment? 20,000 plus 4,000, that is 24,000, or else principal plus interest is equals to installment. Clear? Then what about balance? See here 40,000 was pending on 31/12/2015. We paid 20,000 on 31/12/2016. The balance remaining is 40 minus 20, 20,000. Clear? Then same way for depreciation. Since depreciation is based on straight line method, same depreciation will be charged 1 lakh into 10%, that is 10,000. Okay. Now last installment on 31/12/2017. Year by year we have to pay the installment. Okay. Here also same thing, principal is same. Okay. So your principal is 20,000. So what about interest? So your balance remaining was 20,000. On 20,000 10% interest is charged, that is 2,000. So interest plus principal will get installment amount. Installment amount is 22,000. Clear? So now what about balance? See 20,000 was balance pending on 31/12/2016. On 31/12/2017 we paid full 20,000, so balance will be nil automatically. Clear? So now what about depreciation? Same way, 1 lakh into 10%, 10,000. Okay. So now by calculation, since the balance is 0, so in the upcoming years he is not required to pay a single amount to the seller. Clear? Since the balance is 0. So from this statement we can come to know here what actually the installment, total installment we paid, total amount of installment. Okay. Total interest value, and what is the cash price value. See here, if we add up, principal will get 1 lakh. If we add interest, you will get 12,000. Total is 1,12,000. Clear? See, if we add principal plus interest, we get installment amount. See here, what is the original value? Original value was 1 lakh. We paid 12,000 interest for 3 years. Okay, total 12,000 interest for 3 years. Total machinery value under hire purchase system, the Anil gets of rupees 1,12,000. Clear? Clear? From where 1,12,000 is coming? 1 lakh is the principal, 12,000 is the interest, so total is 1,12,000. Okay. This was just a simple problem how to calculate interest under hire purchase system when cash price is given. See here, it looks easy now because cash price is already given, means original value is already given. In many times the original value will not be given. Instead of original value, installment will be given. So what to do in that type of problem, let's see. Okay, so this is clear now, how to calculate interest calculation chart under hire purchase system when cash price is given. Okay, from the statement one thing it is clear that we can come to know the cash price, what is the original cash price, then how much total interest has been paid, and what is the actual installment value. Okay, so now let's move towards some different problem. Okay, under hire purchase system only. Okay, so this problem also based on under hire purchase system only. Okay, Sainath purchase a machinery under hire purchase system. Okay, clearly given under hire purchase system on 1/1/2017 with total payment of rupees 2 lakh. Total payment is given. See here, total payment is given, clearly given, not cash price. Cash price means original value. So total payment means total installment value is 2 lakh and the payment as under. Okay, on 1/1/2017 advance rupees 32,000, at the end of 2017 54,000, at the end of 2018 70,000, at the end of 2019 44,000. Okay, So interest was charged at 10% per annum. Okay, interest was charged at 10% per annum, and depreciation. Okay, this is depreciation. Depreciation was charged at 10% per annum on diminishing balance method. Okay, little bit different for you. Now, what is the question? Ascertain cash price by preparing hire purchase chart. So what is my cash price? We are required to find the original value of that assets. Okay, so automatically the heading will be changed for that chart. Clear? Now let's see. So heading will be ascertainment of cash price. Clear? In the previous problem, the heading was interest calculation chart. Since your cash price is not given, we are required to change the heading. Ascertainment of cash price. Okay, the heading says we are required to calculate cash price. Yeah. So now we are in the previous problem, we have started from upward to downward, but now we have to start from down to up. Clear? Let's see how to do it. Okay, so same columns will be here, 6 columns: date, installment, interest, principal, balance, depreciation, and cash price in the upper side. At present, we don't know the cash price. Think about it. Okay, just think, we don't know the cash price. Okay, what we know date and installment. See here, already given date and installment. Okay, let's see. So now 1/1/2017. Okay, he purchased machinery with total payment, means total installment amount is 2 lakh. Okay, so now on 1/1/2017 he paid advance of rupees 32,000. Okay, same way 1/1/2017 32,000 advance. Clear? Now here don't do anything, nothing. Now first we will finish off this installment here. Okay, then what is given in the question? Let's see now. What is given in the question? We will fill up that first one. Okay, next is at the end of 2017 rupees 54,000. 31/12/2017 54,000. Here also completely nil now, at present nil. Okay, next at the end of 2018 70,000. Right here same way, 31/12/2018 70,000. At the end of 2019 44,000. Clear? Here also same thing, 31/12/2019 44,000. Clear? See here, when the problem is based on hire purchase, to find the cash price we have to start from downward to upward. Clear? So what to do first? We have to draw the column, 6 columns. Okay, then we have to first fill the date and installment. Okay, then we have to start from last year onwards. Okay, that is 31/12/2019. Okay, before moving towards that, let's see the interest charging. Okay, so 10% interest is charged per annum, means per year. Okay, and depreciation is charged at 10% per annum on diminishing balance method. It is not based on straight line method, it is based on diminishing balance method. Let's see. Okay, so now let's move towards the solution. Okay, so we have to start from downward. Okay, so what is the last installment? Last installment was 44,000. Okay, 44,000 into 10 divided by 110. Okay. Why 10 divided by 110? Since we are starting from the last onward, we have to do 10 divided by 110. Though it is 10%, we have to convert 100 into 110. Clear? That is 44,000 into 10 divided by 110. Interest is 40,000. Okay, so what about principal? If we deduct interest from the installment, we get principal. Yeah, same way. Okay? If we add principal plus interest, we get installment. Okay, if we deduct interest from installment, we get principal. Okay, so what about principal here? 44,000 minus 4,000, balance is 40,000. Clear? And since it is the last installment, so balance will be nil. Okay, what about depreciation? Depreciation will do last. Okay, clear? This is clear. 44,000 was the last installment. On 44,000, 10% interest, that is 10 divided by 110. 4,000 is the interest. Then what about principal? 44,000 minus 4,000, 40,000. Clear? Now let's move towards second installment here. Second last installment. Okay, second last installment was 70,000. Okay, so here we are required to take same 70,000 plus 40,000. Where 40,000 balance is remaining na 40,000. This balance is taken here. Okay, this balance is taken here. Okay, 70,000 plus 40,000. Okay, total is 1,10,000. On 1,10,000, 10 divided by 110. 10,000 is the interest. Okay, what about principal? 70,000 minus 10,000, 60,000 is the principal. Clear? Simple way. See, 70,000 is the installment. Balance is remaining how much? 40,000. We have to add up. Total is 1,10,000. On 1,10,000, 10 divided by 110. Interest is 10,000. Okay. What about principal? 70,000 minus 10,000. 60,000 is the principal. Okay. So now, what about balance in 2017 remaining here? 60,000, 40,000 was there. We have taken here. Now add up. 60 plus 40 is 1 lakh. We have to take here. Clear? 60 plus 40, 1 lakh. So now we'll move towards first installment now. Okay, that is 54,000 was the installment. Okay, what to do? 54,000 plus 60,000 plus 40,000, or else 1 lakh. Same way. Okay, 54,000 was the installment of first installment, then 60,000 balance of second, principal of second installment, and 40,000 is the principal of third installment. Clear? So, or else we can take directly 1 lakh. What is the balance remaining here? Clear? 54,000 plus 60 plus 40, that is equals to 1,54,000 into 10 divided by 110. So interest is 14,000. Okay. So we have to deduct 14,000 from 54,000 to get the principal of rupees 40,000. Clear? So now this is clear. So now what about here balance? 40,000, 1 lakh plus 40,000. Balance is 1 lakh 40,000. Clear? Okay. So in the beginning only, while purchasing the machinery, the person has purchased given an advance of rupees 32,000. So interest is nil. 1 day interest is not charged. So principal is already advance is already paid of rupees 32,000. So what about cash price now? See here, 1,40,000 plus 32,000. Cash price is 1,72,000. Clear? Simple way. In the previous problem we have started from up to down. Now we have to start from down to up. Clear? We have to start from down to up. Okay. Simple way. So here we have to first make the column. Okay. First we have to write the date, installment. We have to start from the lower end. Okay. Means from the last. 44,000 into 10 divided by 110. Why 110? Because we are starting from the last. Okay. We will get 4,000 interest. 4,000 minus 44,000 we get principal here. Okay. Since it is the last installment, balance will be 0. Okay. Then we'll move to our second installment. 70,000 installment. 70,000 plus remaining balance is how much? 40,000 is equals to 1,10,000 into 10 divided by 110. Here also same thing, 10,000 difference. Sorry, in 10,000 interest. Deduct 10,000 from 70,000 to get 60,000. Then add 60,000 plus 40,000 to get 1 lakh balance. Okay, over here we have to take 1 lakh balance here. Here also same thing, 54,000 plus 60,000 plus 40,000 is equals to 1,54,000 into 10 divided by 110. The interest is 14,000. We have to deduct 14,000 from 54,000 to get principal amount of rupees 40,000. Now add 40,000 plus 1 lakh, we will get balance of 1,40,000 on 1/1/2017. Since he has paid advance of rupees 32,000, so 1,40,000 plus 72,000, cash price is 1,72,000. So now what is actually asked to find the cash price? See here, we have calculated the cash price. Cash price is 1,72,000. Okay. So now from here also we can come to know, we already know what is the actual total payment made. See here, total payment we made was 2 lakh, already given in the question. Okay. So since the cash price is 1,72,000, total payment is 2 lakh. So what is the interest paid? 28,000 is the interest paid. Clear? So very simple problem, just little bit different for you. Okay. So this problem is based on hire purchase system when cash price is required to find. Okay. The first problem was simple problem where cash price was given, and second problem was little bit different where cash price was not given. Okay. So now let's move towards another problem, last problem, that is based on installment system. Okay. So now on 1/1/2010, Mohan purchased a truck from Tata Limited on installment system on condition that he has to pay rupees 20,000 on signing the agreement and balance in 4 annual installment with interest of 15% per annum as follows. Okay. So Mohan is a person who has purchased a truck from Tata Limited, okay, on installment system on the condition that he has to pay rupees 20,000 on signing the agreement, means advance he has to pay rupees 20,000 and balance in 4 annual installment, okay, with 15% interest. Okay. So one thing. Here, I just miss out the depreciation. Okay. So what about depreciations here? So since we know the original value is 1,70,000. So original value depreciation is charged every year. So here on 1/1/2017 depreciation is not charged. Okay. So now on 31st 12 2017 original value is 1,72,000 into 10% clearly given. Okay, that is 17,200. Okay. So since it is a diminishing balance method, we have to deduct 17,200 from 1,72,000 to get the original value of that assets in next year. So if we deduct 17,200 from 1,72,000, we get 1,54,800. Okay, original value on 31/12/2018. On that value again 10% depreciation, that is 15,480. Okay, same way for the next year also 2019. If you want to get the original value of that asset on 31/12/2019, we have to deduct 15,480 from 1,54,800. We deducted here, we get 1,39,320. Same way again 10% depreciation, that is 13,932. Clear? This is about depreciation. In the last problem, the depreciation was simple because it was based on straight line method. Every year depreciation was same, that was 10,000 might be. Here, since the method adopted is diminishing balance method, so every year the depreciation amount will be different. Clear? So last problem here. So Mohan is the person who has purchased a truck on installment system on the condition that he will pay 20,000 as advance and balance in 4 annual installment with interest of rupees 15% per annum. Okay. 31/12/2010 93,000 first installment, then 64,000, 78,000, 69,000. Okay. Then Mohan rate of depreciation 10% per annum on diminishing balance method. Here also which method is adopted? Diminishing balance method. Okay. And find out cash price under installment system. Okay. So now what are we required to find? Cash price means we are not knowing the actual original value. So we are required to find the original value. Same method. Here also same method. Only one thing is, under hire purchase system 4 accounts are required to prepare, but under installment system 5 accounts are required to prepare. Okay. But calculation of cash price and calculation of interest calculation chart, it will be same in both methods. Okay. But only one thing is, ledger account will be more in one system. Okay. Let's see. So here, since we are required to prepare, we are required to know the cash price. So heading will be same, ascertainment of cash price. Column will be same, date, installment, interest, principal, balance and depreciation. Okay. So since we are not knowing the cash price, we have to follow this method only. We have to start from down to up. Clear? Okay. So what we have to do first, we have to take all the date and installment amount. Okay. So on 1/1/2010 he has paid advance of rupees 20,000. So we will take 1/1/2010 advance 20,000. Okay. Then every year on 31/12/2010 93,000, 31/12/2010 93,000, 31/12/2011 64,000, 31/12/2011 64,000, 31/12/2012 78,000, 31/12/2012 78,000. Last installment 31/12/2013 69,000. Same 39/12/2013 69,000. Okay. What about depreciation? Depreciation is 10%, interest is 15%. Okay. Now, after writing the date and installment in the respective column, now let's start from downward. Since we are required to know the cash price, we are not knowing the cash price now. Okay. So now, same way here also same method is followed. See here, last installment amount is 69,000. 69,000 into 15/115. Since we are starting from the downward, so 15 divided by 115, interest will be 9,000. Okay. So how to calculate principal? 69,000 minus 9,000 is the 60,000 is the principal. So since it is the last installment, so balance will be 0. Okay. Now this 60,000 is the balance. Okay, will be coming here. Balance 60,000 balance will be pending on 31/12/2012. Okay. So now on 78,000 is the third installment was paid now. So 78,000 plus 60,000. Okay, is equals to 1,80,000. Sorry, 1,38,000 into 15/115. That's equals to 18,000. Same way here also. Then 78,000 minus 18,000, we get 60,000 principal. Okay. Then what about this 1,20,000? 60 plus 60, 1 lakh 20 will be taken here. Same way for here also, for this 31/12/2011, that is second installment. What about interest? How to calculate interest? 64,000 installment is there. Then what about 60? 60 plus 60 is equals to, total is 1,84,000 into 15 divided by 115, 24,000. Deduct 24,000 from 64,000 to get principal amount, that is 40,000. Yeah. Then 40 plus 1 lakh 20, 1 lakh 60. Okay. What about first installment? Same way, 93,000 is installment amount. 93,000 plus 40,000 plus 40,000 plus 60,000 plus 60,000. Okay. Plus 40 plus 60 plus 60. Total amount is 2,53,000 into 15 divided by 115. 33,000 is the interest. Okay. Deduct 33,000 from 93,000 to get principal amount 60,000. Yeah. Total 60 plus 1 lakh 60, you will get 2 lakh 20. Okay. Since for advance has been paid 20,000, advance will be here, principal amount has been paid. So 20 plus 20, 2 lakh 20 plus 20 rupees, 2 lakh 40,000 is the cash price, means original value. You clearly find out the original value. Yeah. So what is the original value? Original value is 2 lakh 40,000. See here, we can cross verify also. So here 2 lakh 40,000 is the original value. Out of 2 lakh 40,000, 20,000 is paid advance, remaining balance 2 lakh 20. Out of 2 lakh 20, 60,000 has been paid, balance 1 lakh 60. Out of 1 lakh 60, 40,000 has been paid, balance 1 lakh 20. Out of 1 lakh 20, again 60,000 has been paid, balance 60,000. Remaining 60,000 was fully paid in the last installment, so balance will be 0. Okay, clear? So what is the original value? Original value is 2 lakh 40,000. Okay, so if original value is 2 lakh 40,000, if interest amount is 84,000, so installment amount is 3 lakh 24,000. One thing keep in mind, how to calculate principal is, if we deduct interest from installment, we get principal amount. Clear? Or else how to find interest? How to find interest is, if we deduct installment, okay, if we deduct principal from installment, we get interest. Okay, then how to find installment? If we add interest plus principal, we get installment amount. Okay, so now remaining part, what about depreciation? So on 1/1/2010, depreciation is not charged, because depreciation is charged every year at the year end. So year end is 31/12/2010. 2 lakh 40,000 into 10%, that is 24,000. So first year depreciation is 24,000. Second year depreciation might be changed, because since it is a based on diminishing balance method, so original value will be changed. Previously the original value was 2 lakh 40,000, so we have to deduct 24,000 last year depreciation from the original value. The new price will be 2 lakh 16,000. 2 lakh 16,000 into 10%, 21,600 is the depreciation for the 2011th year. Then what about 2012th year? What is the original value? Original value is 1,94,400. How it is coming? Since original value in 2011 was 2,16,000, we have to deduct depreciation, that is 21,600. So we are getting 1,94,400. On 1,94,400, we have to charge 10% depreciation. So depreciation for the year 2012 will be 19,440. Okay. Then how to find the original value of 2013th year? Same way, previous year original value was 1,94,400. We have to deduct 19,440. We are getting 1,74,960 original value. Again 10% depreciation, so depreciation amount will be 117,496 in 2013th year. Okay, so this types of problems are usually asked for 5 marks. Okay, so what about ledger accounts and all will be this will be entries will be provided for you for MCQ purpose. Okay, so in this way I am covering the second units. Okay, that is hire purchase system and installment system. So here you are studied the complete meaning of hire purchase system, what are the terms involved, and installment system, what are the terms involved, how many accounts are required to prepare under both system, then what is the difference between hire purchase system and installment system, then some basic problems. Okay, means how to calculate cash price, means how to calculate original price, and how to calculate the installment amount and all, based on 2 methods were there. Okay, both method are covered. Okay, then you already studied how to calculate depreciation on different methods. Clear? So In the upcoming class, in the sense, MCQ questions will be provided for you within 1 week based on this chapter as well as departmental account. Okay. Again, in the upcoming videos, there will be next topic we are covering is insurance chapter. Okay. Till then, be safe, be healthy. Goodbye. Thank you.